And good evening. Welcome to our WATD Political Forum. I'm Christine James, your moderator. Tonight the focus is on county government. And first up, we have the race for the Register of Deeds. The incumbent is Democrat John Buckley, challenging him Republican Anthony
Tony, you claim that $20 million was lost in the past 8 years to a private company called MERS, or Mortgage Electronic Registration Systems. You said that the money should come to the Registry of Deeds in Plymouth County. Why is the money missing? Is it $20 million? Is that an accurate amount? Is it more or less?
Last year, Mr. Buckley came to the county commissioners, I'm one of the commissioners, and reported that $20 million was supposed to be collected, okay, by the Register of Deeds. That money goes through the Register of Deeds to the state and the county. That wasn't done. It wasn't done for 8 years. He said at the time that he knew about it for 8 years, and it took him 8 years to report it to us. We can talk about the details. I'm familiar with MERS. This is not rocket science. He's going to make it sound like it's rocket science and like he's the only person on the planet that can figure this stuff out, and nobody else that's been in, I don't know, administrative management as a problem solver can take the office, and he's indispensable. But it's not true. The $20 million, there's two issues. One is why hasn't it been collected? It's missing, it's lost, it's unaccounted for. I'm looking for Mr. And he's been having a lot of fun talking about how, well, O'Brien's using different words. That's the game of the arrogant incumbent looking down his nose at the rest of us serfs like we can't run for this office. Okay? That's right, Mr. Buckley. Where is the money? When are we going to get it? And by the way, since he reported this, and a big question is why did it take 8 years to report it? Okay, but since then, what management process has been put in place to make sure that money is collected since whenever?
A couple of questions going on there.
And I don't want this to sound arrogant. I just want to make a statement. Mr. O'Brien just doesn't understand MERS. The issue with MERS is the national lenders don't file assignments. When they transfer mortgages between one another, unlike the local banks, they don't file them. If they don't file them, they don't pay a fee. So if they're not paying a fee, if they're not filing assignments, how can there be money missing? It's never been received. It's never been recorded. And that's the problem. The problem is we're trying to get MERS to file those assignments. It not just for the money, from the foreclosure crisis. When people were looking around trying to find out who owned their mortgage, the registers went to Attorney General Buckley and said, we need to do something about this. Not just for the money. 75% of that would go to the state. It was to make sure that people knew who they should be dealing with when they're having trouble holding on to their homes. That's why we filed the lawsuit.
A question for people listening home. Define assignment so people know.
Local banks, when they trade it off, they'll record an assignment so people know where that's gone to. An assignment is an assignment of rights in the mortgage.
Okay.
And the big national banks, which make up MERS, don't do that. So if they don't file a document, there's no recording fee. If there is no recording fee, there's no money that comes into the registry. It's not missing money. It's not unaccounted for money. It's the document was never filed. And
I guess I have to ask is why is this being mentioned now during a political race, not any time during you being a Register of Deeds and you being a county commissioner over the past 4 years? Why is it coming to light now?
Why would it not?
Well, why is it coming to light now?
Why not?
Okay.
Okay.
Has this been an ongoing issue, though? Has this been an ongoing issue?
I know. What I said, if I may, what I told you, what I said earlier was the Register of Deeds came to us last year. Why did it take 8 years? Creates a suspicion. What's going on? What's going on with Mr. Buckley in the last 8 years? What relationship does he have with this company? I don't know. It was raised last summer, and the commissioners told their department head, the Register of Deeds, Mr. Buckley, go ahead and lead this. He just brought it to us. And by the way, we had never heard of this company. The county commission had never heard of this company, and they were just starting to get headlines last year, nationwide and in this area, and more people reading about it. And how interesting and a coincidence that was the year before the election year.
It's an issue. We brought it to the Attorney General. She tried to get it done in the national settlement. She couldn't get an agreement. MERS doesn't want to agree to it. We went forward with a lawsuit. It was brought to the county commissioners twice. Neither time, and I have copies of the minutes if you'd like to see them, was Mr. O'Brien speaking at all about it. The first time he spoke about MERS and this, quote, lost money was on his campaign website when he decided to run for office. So is it a political question? I'll leave that for the
Mr. Buckley just said that during the meeting where we talked about MERS, Tony O'Brien did not participate and did not ask any questions.
I did say that.
That is not true.
Well, I can
that
show
is
you the minutes.
absolutely not true, because I'm the one that asked you. I asked you a number of questions, Mr. Buckley. But I can't believe you're misrepresenting the truth that way. You're better than that.
Hey, hold
you
on one
are
second.
so much better than
Hold on
that.
one
You should
second.
be.
Hey, hold on
That
one
is
second.
absolutely false.